Hello students, today I am going to discuss about the topic laws of chemical combination. These laws are meant to be followed on the chemical reactions, that's why we call them laws of chemical combination. So the first law is very easy, law of conservation of mass. You have already done this law in class 9. It says that matter can neither be created nor be destroyed in a chemical reaction. Means whenever we write a chemical reaction, mass of reactants is always equal to mass of products. This law is given by Antoine Lavoisier. For example, suppose we have this particular equation which is 2H2 plus O2 forms 2H2O. In this equation, whenever we balance it in a way to obey the law of conservation of mass. That is, 2 moles of hydrogen reacts with 1 mole of oxygen to produce 2 moles of H2O. Right. So you can see number of atoms at the left hand side and the number of atoms at the right hand side of the reaction are equal. So their masses are also equal. The second law is law of constant proportion given by Proust. According to it, a chemical compound is always found to be made up of same elements combined together in same fixed proportion by weight. For example, H2O. Whenever we write H2O, whenever we need to form H2O, we should always consider hydrogen and oxygen to be in the ratio of 1:8 by mass always. Now why 1:8 mass? Hydrogen, there are 2 atoms of hydrogen in water, so one atom has mass 1 U, so hydrogen has H2 means the total mass is 2, right? And for oxygen its mass is 16, so 2:16 is 1:8. So that's why I'm saying H2O must contain hydrogen and oxygen ratio of 1:8 by mass always, otherwise another compound will be formed. The next law is law of multiple proportion. It is given by Dalton. This law is little tricky to understand, that's why I have written 2 examples followed by the law. So Dalton said that when 2 elements combine to form 2 or more chemical compounds, then the weights of one of the elements which combine with fixed weight of other element bear a simple ratio of 1 atom. So let's discuss this very quickly. Suppose you have 2 elements and you are forming suppose only 2 compounds. Keeping the mass of one atom as constant, the other atom will bear a simple ratio by mass. Let's see an example now. For example, if there are 2 elements hydrogen and oxygen, you already know hydrogen and oxygen forms one compound which is water, but they also form another compound which is H2O2. H2O2 is hydrogen peroxide. Now if we talk about the ratio of hydrogen and oxygen in water is 2:16, which is 1:8, while in H2O2 the ratio of hydrogen and oxygen is 2:32. Why 32? Because there are 2 oxygen atoms here. So 1:16 is the ratio. Now keeping hydrogen as constant, the ratio of other atom, which is the other atom, oxygen, will bear a simple ratio which is 1:2. Let's take another example. In this example, suppose we have taken 2 elements carbon and oxygen. So they form 2 particular compounds, carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide. Monoxide means 1 oxygen, dioxide means 2 oxygen atoms. So in CO, the ratio of carbon is to oxygen should be 12:16, so which is 3:4. While in CO2 there are 2 oxygen atoms, so the ratio of carbon is to oxygen is 12:32, which is 3:8. Now which element is constant here? 3 means carbon is constant. So keeping the mass of carbon fixed, the ratio of masses of oxygen in both the compounds bear a simple ratio which is 1:2. Next is Avogadro's law. Avogadro's law is used in mole concept. According to it, equal volume of all gases under similar conditions of temperature and pressure contains equal number of atoms. What do we mean by that? So as per the mole concept, 1 mole of a substance always contains fixed number of particles, right, which is 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 particles. Now we also know that 1 mole of a substance has fixed volume which is 22.4 liter at STP. So can we say that fixed particles have fixed volume or fixed volume has fixed particles, right? So that's why the law says equal volumes of all gases contain equal number of atoms at constant temperature and pressure. So STP here means standard temperature and pressure, because if we keep on changing temperature and pressure, then the volume will keep on changing. That's why we need to keep them constant, right? So the next law and the last law is Gay-Lussac's law of gaseous volumes. According to it, when gases react together, they always do so in volumes which bear a simple ratio to one another and to the volumes of products under similar conditions of temperature and pressure. What do I mean to say is that this law is similar to that of law of definite proportion. The law of definite proportion said when two elements combine to form one compound, they always combine in a fixed ratio by mass. Fixed ratio by mass. Here, this law says when two gases combine, they always combine in fixed ratio by volume. Read this. They always do so in volumes which bear a simple ratio. Means they always combine in fixed ratio by volume, right, at constant temperature and pressure. So for example, nitrogen and hydrogen, when they combine to form two ammonia, so when we balance the equation, I can say 1 volume of nitrogen reacts with 3 volumes of hydrogens to produce 2 volumes of ammonia. So we must take 1:3 ratio of volume to form ammonia, right, 2 volumes of ammonia. I hope you are able to understand the concept. Thank you.